So let's start with August 2nd at the time we trade this pair. So for me, that's 5:30 a.m. in Pacific Standard Time. If it isn't already, now is a good time to check and make sure the time on your chart is calibrated for your time zone. See down here, got Los Angeles. I'm going to go to August 2nd. For me, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And take a moment, make sure you have the right charts. Change that to a 30-minute. Okay. Okay, so you're going to begin with the 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time candle. That's this candle right here. This red candle right here. And beginning with a 30-minute chart, you're going to treat it like a trade. So we want to see that the MACD, where's the MACD? The MACD histogram is up out of no man's land. The MA lines are up out of no man's land and on the same side as the histogram. So we're going to look to buy and go long on this trade. So that means starting at 5:30, we could look for a touch and then close above on the 15-minute. So where's the first candle that happens? Let's see. I think the first candle is the 6 to 6:15 candle right here. This candle right here. So what you're going to do is check the ATR. At that time it would have been 5. So we're going to add 2 pips to the ATR, making it a 7 pip stop loss. And basically checking what happens with the trade. This goes down only 2.5 pips or so. And it goes up to about 15.6 pips. So with a 7 stop loss, with a 1.3 times stop loss take profit, we would have put a take profit at 9.1 pips, which would have been taken with this candle here. Oh wait, this candle here. So there's the trade. That's a winner. Now we go over to our backtesting chart, put in the date, 6:15 to 6:45 a.m. Our strategy, ATR was 5. Pips, profit loss were 9.1. And our R, since we return 1.3 times that we risked, our R is 1.3. And then you can add the entry and exit price as well. So you keep doing that. You go back and you test as many days as you can. So we'll do the next day now. So same thing. Start at 5:30. Start with the session open. Looks like there was a divergence between the histogram and MA lines on the MACD. But we got our first closed MA line inside no man's land at 7. So that means from 7:30 onwards, you can look for a sell trade. And I don't think there was one. We were waiting for something to also close below the 6 EMA on the 15. So on your chart, you can put no trade. And then try another day. So same thing, the MACD histogram and the fast MA line don't end up on the same side, or at least in no man's land, until 7:30. So starting 8 o'clock, we could look for setups on the 15 And again, no trade. We closed by 9, so 8:45 is the last candle to give a signal. So another no trade. Alright, let's try this again. Maybe we can get one more. Let's go to the 5th now. Wow, look at that, no trade. This one, MACD was in divergence, even when we got a breakout at 6:30. This is an example of a trade stuck in no man's land. Alright, let's see. So the 5th was another no trade. Alright, this might be one. Okay. So starting at our session started at 5:30, but we had to wait for the MACD histogram to get out of no man's land, which happened with the close of the 6 a.m. candle. So starting at 6:30, we could look for an entry. And whether you use that same entry with the same closed candle, or you wait for the next one, either way, you would have had a winner. ATR was 7. You add 2 pips, making it a 9 stop loss, which, let's say we entered here. Yeah. So your stop loss would have been up here. 9 times 1.3 is 11.7, so our take profit would have been down here, and we would have had a win. Perfect. Okay, so same thing. Right in the date. I didn't catch the time. Go back, check that after. ATR was 7. PL and pips was 11.7. R 1.3. And you can also add any other information you want to check for. You could add whether it was a long or short. You could add whether there were news surrounding it, surrounding the entry of the trade, and anything else that you think might be useful in adjusting the strategy to either make it your own or see if you can make it more profitable. And I give you permission to be creative and try and test. Now, the one thing I want to remind you as you backtest is that while this information is wonderful in telling us how the trading strategy will unfold over time, it takes us only 5 minutes to track and record this, while watching the trade live in person takes far longer. So remember that while you're trading live. At the end of the trade, you just have a stat. Try not to get too emotionally attached to any outcome of any one particular trade. And ideally, you'd want to do this as far back as you can go. Get as many samples as you can get